Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Warukah Kudash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yakim across the earth for doing his work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. So this video, I just want to go into this article. So, the tensions been rising, around China, got China, North Korea, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan. So in that region, there's also a lot of things are cooking on. They also be picking sides. China is down with Russia against USA. You get the Philippines who are going against them. So now they're starting to get into some conflicts. You had North Korea who was down with Russia, who also, for the celebration of the North Korean War, they also fired some missiles towards the west and also towards Taiwan and over Japan, just to show their force. And they are against America. They already warned America, because America had two nuclear. I say that nuclear underseers, they're there in the waters of Taiwan, and they said that's basically a nuclear threat, and that they are allowed to defend themselves. So tensions be building up, and of course, in due time, when this time is there, the Most High is in control. But the scriptures are very clear: the third world war, it will come. Though it tarry, but it will come. So this is from the Guardian. Philippines accuse China of water cannon attack in Spratly Islands. Lately, in long history of natural intimidations by Beijing, which lays unrecognized claims to almost all of the South Chinese Sea, the Philippines has accused China's coast guards of firing water cannon at its vessels in the disputed South China Sea, describing it as illegal and dangerous. The Philippines Coast Guard said its vessels has been carrying food, water, fuel, and other supplies for Filipino military personnel stations at 2nd Thomas Shoal in the Spratly Islands on Saturday. The U.S. State Department said the actions carried out by the Chinese Coast Guard and Maritime militia directly threaten regional peace and stability. China claims to almost all of the sea is not. China's claim to almost of all of the sea is not internationally accepted. Yeah, of course. Trillions of dollars in trade passes through the sea annually, with competing claims from Brunei, Malaysia, the Philippines, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Coast guards and Navy vessels from China routinely block or shadow Philippine ships patrolling the contested waters, Manila said. It was the first time since November 2021 that the Chinese Coast Guard had used water cannon against a Philippine resupply mission to 2nd Thomas Shoal. The Philippine Coast Guard, PCG, strongly commends the China Coast Guard's dangerous maneuvers and illegal use of water cannon against the PCG vessels, the Philippine Coast Guard said in a statement. Such actions by the CCG not only disregarded the safety of the PCG crew and the supply boats, but also violated international law. The Philippines military said the Chinese Coast Guard had blocked and water cannon one of its chartered blocked and watercanned on one of his chartered resupply vessels. Due to the activists and offensive actions, the second charter vessel was unable to unload its cargo for the routine troop rotation and supply operation. Military spokesperson Colonel Madel Aguilera said in a statement, "We call on the China Coast Guard and the Central Military Commission to act with prudence and be responsible in their action to prevent miscalculations and accidents that will endanger people's life," Aguilera said. The Chinese embassy in Manila did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Manila and Beijing have a long history of maritime disputes over the South China Sea, particularly in the waters around the Second Thomas Shoal. After China occupied Mischief Reef in the mid 1990s, the Philippines ran a direct direct derelict Navy vessel around the nearby shoal to assert Manila's territorial claims. Members of the Philippines Marines are based there. A similar incident happened in June during another regular resupply operation. As they neared the shoal, the two Philippines Coast Guard boats assigned as escorts for the Navy mission were approached by two Chinese Coast Guard vessels. One of the Chinese boats came within about 90 meters of the BRP Malabrigo's bow, forcing its commanding officer to slow down to avoid a collision, the Coast Guard said. Another incident happened in April when a Chinese Coast Guard ship cut off the Philippines patrol vessel Malapascua as it carried journalist near Seconds Thomas Shoal. An AFP team was another Coast Guard vessel and witnessed the near collision. In that incident, the Malapascua's commanding officer Rodel Hernandez said the Chinese ship came in within 45 meters of his boat and only his quick actions avoided the steel-hulled vessels crashing into each other. So yeah, so tensions are I said that tensions are rising up everywhere. Like I said, North Korea, South Africa also made a statement, concerning Putin, President from Russia went there, also yeah, about coming there. They make a statement, he also talked with the leaders of different countries of Africa, and Putin, he promised them free grain, and a fighting helicopter, some other stuff. So yeah, hey, they picking sides and people getting ready. Basically, let me jump to the book of Joel, actually, because this is what you see going on. Let me see. It's the book of Joel. Let's see. This is Book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourself and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So, the Mosai is gathering the heathen, heat them up, get them ready, they're picking sides, Don't forget, America with NATO, they used to bullying everybody, all those countries. But now these countries, they they getting geared up, they showing the muscles, and like showing like, yo, hey, we not, I said it, we ain't taking that shit anymore. And don't forget what happened to Iran. Iran didn't forget about America, you know. Do you think that Japan forgot about America? No, they also did not forget, you know. So yeah, hey, it's beautiful to see, you know. These are showing us that the end is near, you know. It's the book of Second Esther, chapter 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Yeah. Just by seeing all these things going on, you know, it shows us that we are close to the end, you know. That's what it shows. This is the time to get back to Yahweh Basham Yahushai, like in the days of Noah, you know. People are, not aware. They think this shit can go on forever, man. See, let me jump real quick to the book of Romans. Thinking about this scripture. Let me see. The book of Romans. Chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. Yeah, but seeing all these things going on, all these things occur, shows us that we are close to the end, you know. And if you are aware and you see these things and you understand these things, this is a blessing, you know. This is a blessing, because not even Yahweh Shai knows when it's time for him to come back, you know. Only his Father knows it. So yeah, but you know, we cannot tell you like, okay, this is the time when Yahweh Shai is coming back. We know it's going to be during the Third World War. It's going to be in full effect. You know, the Mosai is always about balance. You know, while a lot of people going to be put to death, you know, going to get their punishment. You know, because Yahweh Shai said it. You know, in the Book of Revelation, He's coming to bring that reward for everybody. No one is going to be, exempt from judgment. You know. Everybody going to get his reward according to his work shall be, you know, whether it be good or bad. You know, for the elect it's going to be salvation, and for the wicked people, you know, it's going to be a horrible death. Yeah, and of course, you know, there's going to be men who's going to be beheaded, you know, who's going to have to, give up their life for Yahweh Basham Yahushai, but they're going to be rewarded for that, you know. So this is the book of Revelations, chapter 22 and verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. You know, so everybody's going to get according as his work shall be. Nobody's going to be excluded, you know, male and female. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, so the time for Yahushai to come back. Nobody knows when it's time for Yahushai to come back, not even Yahushai. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Yeah, it's gonna be like that, you know, and it's gonna be nothing beautiful like you think, like they teach you in church, you know. It's gonna be a beautiful day. No, it's gonna be a horrible day, man. The elect shall scarcely be saved, you know, the godly. The book of Second Peter says that, you know. So you know, the whole world's gonna cry. Everybody's gonna cry when Yahweh Shai is coming back, you know. Everybody's gonna be afraid. Even the elect, you know, you're gonna be doubting, you know, the elect's gonna be doubting like, you know, Yaratazah, that you have done enough, you know. Let me see. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that decide the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So that already explains you it's going to be a scarce, a very frightened time, you know. As if a man that flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? So that's, you know, that's very clear by itself already, you know. It shows you that's going to be a dark day, you know. Let me see. This is, and you know, the Most High is going to start with his own people first. Clean his house first, and then the rest of the world's going to be clean, you know. With his own people first, you know. The rotten apples, you know, need to be tossed out, you know. This is the book of First Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Scarcely is talking about barely make it. So, you know, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai commit the keeping of their souls to him in a well-doing as unto a faithful creator. So, you know, Yahweh Tazah, you know, we keep on doing this work until Yahushai come back, you know, until the end, you know, and that we, might hold on, you know, that Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai gave us the strength, and that spirit won't leave us, you know, that we're going to make it, you know, the elect, you know, Yahweh Tazah, that you're part of that number. So yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it like that. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Wa'arukah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, for teaching us scriptures, among other things, and salutation to Akim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and the truth. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.